On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we run numbers for people and we simply use the actual historical returns of the S&P 500 for the last 100 years. We project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future, and the resulting numbers are simply a possible range of what may happen in the future. We use the S&P 500 because everybody's trying to beat it and few consistently do over the long term. Plus, it also has a track record of over 100 years. This channel is made for you as an aid, but don't rely on it totally for your financial planning. We don't take into account taxes or things like that. We just simply run the numbers and project ahead what you might have in the future. Just give me your beginning balance, your monthly contribution, your desired increase, and tell me how long you want me to run. Simple as that, but man, are the numbers eye-opening. Let me give you an example here. Somebody said they're 47 years old. This gives you the format of what I need to run your numbers. 47 years old. He has saved 120,000. As you can see, I'm just typing in these numbers. He says he can put in 1,400 a month. Again, these are the only criteria I need. Don't give me any more than this. 1,400, and I will run numbers for you. And he says he can increase that by 3% a year. So 1,400, 1,442, 1,485. You can see the different numbers going down there for 1924. And I also asked for how long he wants me to run, and he said for 20 years. So this is the spreadsheet I pick out. I just have increments of 2 years here, but 19 and 21. So it'll be somewhere in here. This shows the amount of money that's put in with these criteria right across here. Over 19 years, you would put in 541,000. After 21 years, you would have put in 61,000. Now we simply run it for every single year, which takes just a moment for it to recalculate all these different numbers. I like to keep this channel really simple, but it can give you so many eye-opening scenarios, and that's what we like to do for people. For example, in this case, for a 19-year period with this scenario, the worst case scenario for a 19-year period in the last 100 years, using the S&P 500, all these different numbers. Yes, we could, next few years could have some down years, but if you hang in there, look at the kind of numbers. You could have a down decade like the 2000s, or you could have a really good decade like just a decade later, the 20 teens. But look at the numbers here. The worst case scenario for a 19-year period would be 879,000. Kind of a letdown if you put in 541,000, but that's just the potential. But the median would be 2 million. There's actually a case where you'd have 5 million. This is the actual breakdown. 100% of time, you'd have over, oh, that's for 25 years. I need to type in 19 here. Again, I've got all kinds of variables I run here. 19 years, 98% of the time you'd have $1 million. There's just a couple in there you wouldn't. The 879 obviously wouldn't make it to a million, and this 1924 wouldn't make it to a million. But 51% of the time, given this scenario, over 19 years you'd have over 2 million, and 24% of the time, color coded in gold, you'd actually have $3 million. There's a whole lot of information on these spreadsheets, but keep it simple for me. Just the beginning balance, your monthly contribution, if you want me to increase it, and I'll pick the right spreadsheet to run the numbers for you. In this case, he said 20 years, but I run it for 19 and 21. Here's the breakdown for 19, 98, 20, 51, and 24. If we do it for just 2 years longer, the numbers are going to look better because the minimum there is 1.3 million, the worst case scenario last 100 years, the median 2.559. Here's the actual breakdown. Of course, 100% of the time you have over a million because this is the minimum here. 59% of the time you'd have over 2 million, and 41% of the time you'd have over 3 million, all color coded accordingly. I also take into account inflation on this spreadsheet, 3% inflation. This is what we want to know, what these numbers will be worth in 21 years given a 3% inflation rate. Well, there they are right now. This 1.349 million with a buying power of 725,000. The 2.559 with a buying power of 1.3. That's what we do on this channel. I like to keep it simple. Like I say, I don't take into account taxes or anything like that. Just this gives you some brute numbers out there, just running it, letting people know. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a numbers guy, but when I see these numbers, they're just plain amazing, especially if you have 30, 35, and 40 years. But even in this case, This individual already has 120 saved up, so that's accumulating for him, along with all this number money that he's putting in. So I'll just run numbers for you. Please consider subscribing. Please, again, just keep it to these criteria: your beginning balance, your monthly contribution, and your desired COLA, just like we saw here. Your beginning amount, your monthly contribution, and that's all I can really give you is the numbers from this spreadsheet. So I can't I don't do any financial planning. I just run numbers for you. But I'll continue to do that. Please consider subscribing, please sharing, please liking, and thanks for watching.